Alright, here we are with the transmission is manufactured on 1st of October 2009. This is a ZF6HP21X. Here's the date on the 26 September 2009. This is the filter. You can see if I really focus in there, even though there isn't much wear here, but I do see small metal shavings shining and glittering as I move the that's the Filtran filter. Manufacturing date of the mechatronics unit is September 23rd, 2009. This part numbers for reference. Colors are all nice, which are indicative of a low mileage vehicle. I don't like that. There's a little bit of dirt in there. If you see here, when I move the park lever, and the way it's seated, I'm trying to peek in at the inside of the transmission, but it doesn't seem like there is a chance. However, you can see the oil. Of course, there's fresh oil that's going to go in there. I'm not reusing the filter either. This transmission was shipped from coast to coast, pretty much, and it was sitting in a crate. The transmission fluid still looks alright. Looks relatively clean. What I'm talking about is the old fluid. I'm just trying to investigate to see if this transmission is in fact a low mileage. I do have this sleeve, which is the brick. This is the part number for the mechatronics unit. This is a B065. It's a generation 2. I don't want to open it because I don't want to I don't have the sleeves, the 4 sleeves that go in right about here on the other side. I do have the brick seal though, and I don't want to take a chance. I did order the kit, but my luck with shipping wasn't very good. It came apart during shipping and it fell out of the box, so the sleeves were missing. I ordered some new ones, but it's going to take a while for them to arrive. There you can see probably one of the clutch sets. Oh no, that's the park gear. Yeah. And I'll show you here, and it's gonna lock. There you go. Yeah, that's the park. It's relatively clean. Oil is clean. I have a solenoid kit to go in. Oh man, if I open it I would be able to rebuild it, put in new solenoids, change the brick seal, but I won't be able to change the sleeves, and that would just make me very paranoid for a long time. Maybe I should just put it the way it is, put in new filter and new oil, and then once I receive the brick or the sealing sleeves, then I'll just do the solenoids and the sleeves and the brick seal. Maybe keep the transmission fluid or the pan, but just change the seal. I'm not talking about this one. This one is garbage. I'm talking about the new one, which is also a Filtran. It's a ZF. All right. Again, well, I wish I can get you all of this. It's really impossible because I have it upside down. Okay, well, it's for my reference as well. I do have a mechatronics unit from a 2013, which was one of the latest ones that were manufactured. Honestly, everything looks nice and clean. If I was to open this, I would be able to see the dampers, which are on the other side. I'll just wait for the sealing sleeves before I move ahead. I actually also have the mechatronics sleeve here. That definitely needs some electrical contact cleaner before it goes in. I don't know how I'm gonna clean that. You're not supposed to touch it because of electrostatic interference. I'm probably gonna try to just have compressed air blow through it and then clean each pin individually. You can see the transmission's been sitting for quite a while before it got out. I mean, the body of the transmission is very nice and clean, but there's rust here. Torque converter, you can see it's been sitting for a long time. The inside of the torque converter, I've taken pictures, is cleaner than this, but yeah, it's been sitting for a while, and it seems like it was sitting probably upside down outside or in a ventilated area that it allowed it to rust. So the plan will be to install as is, put in a new filter, put in the Lifeguard 6 oil, and fill it up, drive it, and test it until I get the sealing sleeves, and then probably a couple of months later I'll just open it up again, flush the fluid again. Of course, fresh fluid each time. It is expensive, the fluid, but I think it's worth it if the transmission is good. And then do the sealing sleeves and the brick seal and this sealing sleeve here. It'll be a much easier job. And maybe I'll look for a transfer case for that as well, because I have a high mileage car. Alright, I hope that this helps someone out there. So this should be indicative of approximately 40,000 miles. That's the way it should look like. And that's the oil of a 40,000 mile transmission. I don't like the very, very fine specs, so I'm gonna try to zoom so you'll be able to see it. Well, it's really impossible to see, huh? There, you can see some specs in there. It's dirt, it's not metal, but the specs that I'm looking at are there. very, very little, but that is the filter, or the magnet, which didn't catch much at all. So I'm gonna install it and cross my fingers. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps someone out there. This transmission will go in. I'll be making a video of how to install it on a 2010 BMW 535 xDrive. This transmission was actually made, or it came off of a car that was made just a couple of days before my car, or the car that this transmission is going into. I'm gonna keep the mechatronics unit because it has sensors, and it has speed sensors for gear ratio monitoring, and it's much younger, so I'm just gonna keep the mechatronics unit, the mechanics part, or the mechanical part, and I'm going to keep the electrical part as well. I do have the coding and the programming software, so I'm just going to program it to the car. I'd rather have a younger one just because it has some plastic. I don't want it to cause any issues if I put the higher mileage one. Okay. Alright, I buttoned up this transmission, which I just showed. I put the bolts back. I put the old pan. I'm just gonna use it to put the transmission into the car, and then I'll remove the pan. But I wanted to show you another mechatronics unit. This is not the same. This one was made in 2013, and this is a high mileage. You can see this is green, yellow. This is supposed to be blue, yellow, yellow, blue, and brown. That's the range. And you see the pins are nice and clean versus the ones that you just saw there. They're in horrible condition. It's the manufacturing date here. And then let me just flip this so you can see it. So when I was saying sensors, this is one, this is one. The sealing sleeves sit here. You can see this, the marks of the sealing sleeves. The brick seal sits here, and other passages. 41st week 2013. That's the stamp there. This is in acceptable working order, but it definitely needs to be rebuilt. So yeah, that's transmission, and this is a high mileage, but the transmission fluid was replaced. And you can see it kind of maintains its that white dot means that the mechatronics unit has been programmed outside of the vehicle. That's ZF specifications. I'm keeping this just to play with it and use it for comparison, but I could sell it if anybody needs it, but for now I'm just looking at it. And this is the B065 generation 2, which is the same as this one. This is a newer unit, but it has higher mileage. This is from 2010 or 2009, late 2009, and it has low mileage. Okay, I just wanted to show you what I meant by the sealing sleeves, and the brick seal, and the sensors that I was talking about here. That's the control module. That's the transmission control module. This can separate from, you can remove this plastic, and then you'll have access to the solenoids, where you just open these screws. You'll be able to pull these solenoids out and replace them. Okay. Thanks for watching.